won't be able to respect an adult woman that's got
A labubu.
a labubu hanging off her handbag. I've seen people with them on like mezzes.
It's a wild thing that's like just popped off. It was interesting because everyone was talking about them, and then my sister, she's actually in London at the moment, and she insisted, she was like, I'm going to get these for your daughter because then I'll be the coolest aunt around.
That's fine. Children are allowed them.
Children are allowed them.
Yeah.
But then I saw them in Abu Dhabi.
In the Farah Andrews rule book of labubu.
I know there's some people in the office who have them. You will see them. They will pop up their little gremlin faces.
Why?
Yeah, I think, babe,
But
I think...
is that like, I don't feel like...
I'm not answering this question very well.
I just don't understand.
Do you like a... do
I like fun? Yes.
Okay,
do I like joy? Yes.
No, but do you like to be like part of a hype?
Sometimes.
Hello everyone, this is Culture Bites. Today we're going to be talking about the Abu Dhabi urban treasures.
And the different ways that Eid Al Adha is celebrated around the region.
This is Culture Bites coming to you from Abu Dhabi Culture. I'm Enas and Farah.
And I'm Farah Andrews. Hi.
Hello.
We've had a little break.
We have had a little break.
An impromptu break.
It was an impromptu break, mainly because of your hollybobs.
Which was not impromptu.
But it was kind of nice to have a little bit of a refresh.
Yeah.
Everything's gone a bit crazy.
It has. Constantly we're like, it's going to slow down a little bit, and it just isn't ever.
Did you miss Trump being here?
No, I did not.
That was a very fun week in the newsroom.
We flew out the morning that Trump flew in to the
fantastic.
UAE. So we were here for the Saudi and the Doha portion of events, but we didn't overlap in our UAE itinerary.
What splendid planning.
Trump and I.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that feels like a long time ago now.
How are you feeling? How's everything?
Right now, how am I feeling? I'm sleepy. I was in the US. So yeah, time of record, I landed yesterday morning. Time of brain, I don't know.
Yeah. That's
it could
okay.
be anywhere.
That's okay.
I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning.
I'm not really here.
Who is? So I took like a proper holiday. I didn't take my laptop, which
Brave.
at time of departure I thought, have I made a mistake? But no, it felt really good.
Nice.
I figured I've got my phone and everything, and like Eddie had his computer if anything broke, but the world didn't break. And I tried not to do too much social media. I'm still on my I'm still consciously uncoupling from Meta. So I'm hot and cold on Instagram. And that brings me to a question.
Yeah. Hit me.
What's a labubu?
Well, you've been off Instagram.
I went on holiday and now the world's obsessed with little gremlins. What's happening?
I don't understand what's happened. There's a few people in our office who've already got them, and they are a craze. It is popping off.
Is there anybody in the office that has them that could fire me if I insult them?
No.
Okay, cool.
Someone may have been looking for them for nieces who could
That's fine.
probably fire you.
That's fine. Niece, that's fine. What I'm going to say is, and I'll say it to their face, I won't be able to respect an adult woman that's got
A labubu.
a labubu hanging off her handbag. I've seen people with them on like mezzes.
It's a wild thing that's like just popped off. It was interesting because everyone was talking about them, and then my sister, she's actually in London at the moment, and she insisted, she was like, I'm going to get these for your daughter because then I'll be the coolest aunt around.
That's fine. Children are allowed them.
Children are allowed them.
Yeah.
But then I saw them in Abu Dhabi.
In the Farah Andrews rule book of labubu.
I know there's some people in the office who have them. You will see them. They will pop up their little gremlin faces.
Why?
Yeah, I think, babe,
is that like, I don't feel like
I'm not answering this question very well.
I just don't understand.
Do you like a do
I like fun? Yes.
Okay,
do I like joy? Yes.
No, but do you like to be like part of a hype?
Sometimes. I mean,
I've
I've eaten enough
Cronuts?
pistachio flavoured chocolate to last me a lifetime.
So I think maybe you fall into the food category, not the fashion category.
I think I've got
I'm trying
myself.
to think of the last fashion category that we had that was like a craze?
Honestly, it feels like a Furby. And did I have a Furby? Yeah, but I was 7.
Did you have a Tamagotchi?
Of course I did. Again, 7.
7. I haven't got the answers for this one.
I don't think there are any.
I'm trying to think of the last thing that like I remember really wanting, and this is really showing my age. It's probably like skinny jeans.
Okay, yeah.
But that was like an actual fashion item rather than accessory.
I bought the it's very millennial. I bought the leopard print Sambas that were very hard to get, and I really
loved them.
Tried to get them hard, and I got them. So yeah, I fall into a hype.
Okay.
I just don't have a gremlin on my handbag.
Yet.
Keep this. Like this is on record.
Okay, it's on record. So Farah, that is it. You will not be allowed a gremlin ever on your handbag.
When I succumb and I get one, then you can just play this back to me. But let us discuss some very lovely news from Abu Dhabi.
Yes. So Abu Dhabi is, as we know, it's a hustling, bustling capital, which is actually growing. It's relatively young in its infancy as a capital. And there's this really brilliant initiative by the Department of Culture and Tourism here, which has kind of, it gives awards to urban treasures.
I love it.
You love it already?
I love it.
You see, it's not a labubu. You love this.
No hype here.
No hype here. And I actually really felt quite, this is like a story that we decided to cover this week. But I love this because when I first moved to the city, it's difficult to get to know. It's not one of those cities that you walk around and you find a plaza and you're like, oh, I have a coffee here and then I'll get to know the neighborhood. It's kind of a little bit more hidden. You have to do a bit more deep dive.
Yeah.
And when I first moved here, I came across the urban treasures and it really helped me understand which shops had been established for a really long time, where to go, whether it was like, I actually ended up going to this haberdashery. I love a haberdashery.
I love the word haberdashery.
Such a good word. For people who don't know the word haberdashery, it's a craft shop. And I went to this craft shop. And when my mother-in-law came, we took her to the craft shop. And that was honoured in one of the first Urban Treasure Awards that I witnessed since moving here. So I think
that's
it's
how you
really
found
nice.
your haberdashery.
It's really fun.
It was an urban treasure.
It was an urban treasure. So there's like always a big award ceremony, which is hosted by the Department of Culture and Tourism here. And there's also little videos that come up. So you might start seeing them on your Instagram, just kind of celebrating people who have started businesses in this urban environment and have just sustained really good and loyal customer base. And it just kind of gives you a little bit of a flavour actually for how many cultures are here and what a melting pot Abu Dhabi is.
Yeah, the kind of beauty of initiatives and programs like this is it kind of really does shine the spotlight on like the beautiful stories that every business has in this country, because I mean there's a story behind every business,
yes.
Full stop. But then here in the UAE there's often like people are very far away from home 90% of the time statistically, and then there's that kind of like distance, there's often language barriers, there are cultural barriers, but then kind of the bridging in that is where you find so many of these really beautiful stories. And so just thinking about the list this year, we won't be able to go through them all, but it really is like a kind of like nice cross section of society and culture here. You've got fitness clubs, sweet shops, restaurants, perfumeries.
Yes.
Like
it's kind of really,
lovely.
It's picking out those things that really make Abu Dhabi special, because I think there's not, I mean, I don't know, like I grew up in London, but like there wasn't a perfumery that I can think of like, oh yeah, that place is so London, but that is so Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just highlighting that. And I think that it's so nice to celebrate people who took such a chance and such a risk coming to somewhere new and fresh, and then putting down roots, especially when it's like your own capital and you're trying to make a success of yourself.
Yeah.
And the one that's caught my eye,
please tell me,
is Zahrat Al Khalij Nablisi Sweets, because I saw it on the video. And Farah, the stretch of cheese on that kanafa.
Yeah.
Like, I am just going to say it. I have to go to this place.
So you're heading to Al Ain for some
I'm heading to Al Ain. But it was established in 1981.
So that's the other thing that's really nice about, because I think you can really tell when people are dismissive of the UAE because everything's so brand new. You think, oh, no, you don't know.
You just don't know.
You do not know.
No.
Because there are really lovely stories that kind of like span the age of the Emirates.
There's one other that I'm going to mention.
Tell me.
Which is the Khulud Club, which is the fitness club.
Okay.
And it's basically all about martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
And it was established in 1984. But what I love about this is I think the man who owns it is Emirati, but he named it after his daughter. And he said, because you don't let one of your own fail and you give it extra attention. And I was like, that is such a beautiful message. So if I have a business, it's going to be called Dalia Ada.
Yeah, I was going to say, how are we going with that? The company that I wanted to kind of quickly chat about was Al Sida Natural Honey. The UAE does honey well.
Yes.
It does honey very well. And this company uses very traditional methods of production, and they promise a very distinctive flavour. And I have not tried it, so I feel like I want to try it. And also, local honey is very good for allergies. And as an allergy girl, this could be my get me off antihistamines and get some local honey for me.
Yes, because it helps you digest the local pollen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would love to go there. I mean, that's another thing, just like really knowing now where to go.
Yeah.
Right? It's just kind of like a little signpost. Like you didn't know where to go for honey. Now you do.
Yeah.
Now you do. And we now know where to go for tailoring too.
Yeah,
Yes.
we do.
Yes, because we had the joy and honour to having one of the winners of this year, Santa Antonia De Souza, who came in to visit us earlier today.
Let's hear from him. We are now joined by Santa Anthony De Souza, the owner of Orchid Tailoring and Embroidery Shop and one of the Urban Treasures honorees this year. The Orchid Tailoring and Embroidery Shop is distinguished for its craftsmanship and personalised tailoring service. Established in 1987, it has built an enduring reputation for its meticulous attention to detail, high-quality fabrics and traditional techniques. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you. Can I say?
Please,
Yes,
tell us
please.
about your shop.
I've been working in Bombay. Then I saw newspaper here one vacancy. I came this shop. Here the owner of the shop, Egyptian, Mr. Amr and Madame Samia. Madame Samia was working Rosary School. Mr. Amr working Adnuk. I spent with them friendly 5 years, lovely 5 years. I worked them. Then finally the work contract finished. They want to go Egypt, Iskandria. They requested me buy this shop and you do continue. I said, no, I want to go back my country. He said, are you mad? This is heaven. Are you going hell? You stay here 40 years. I want to see the shop name on the sky. Don't go. Stay here. And this is the heaven. You stay here. Then I said, okay, so I don't have money. He said, okay, don't worry, whatever you have, give, and rest you work and give later. It was 30,000.
30,000 AED.
Yeah. Then I asked my customers, those who I know, one Polish Poland person, his name is Thomas, he gave me 5,000. And I have the 5,000, I gave them 10,000, I continue. Within 6 months, I paid. I very success in this shop.
Wow.
Within 6 months, I paid everything. And I asked one local, his name Abdul Rahman Mazuruki, he Adnuk Ford, he working. He very nice guy, he has my big brother. I attended his wedding.
Oh, wow.
He invited me for his wedding.
So you were at the Emirati's wedding who helped your shop?
Yeah, the first
Fantastic.
Time. And he advised me, look, you have to see the maafi kida maafi mini. See the, I am with you. Madam, 35 years, he's my kafil now.
Wow.
35. Never he asked me money, and never he asked anything. Whatever I ask, he's ready. He's saying, you will be safe. Then I started work, all European people come, all Europeans.
Wow.
I made,
and what kind of things do you make?
I made a skirt and blouses. I told you this suit I made
Yeah.
myself.
I know. This
I
is
did.
beautiful for people who are listening.
Everybody like it.
Yeah, they
Everybody.
can't see, but it's beautiful. And you've got the orchid, which is a symbol of your shop.
Yeah, that shop name they kept, the Egyptian lady.
That's nice.
So I spent my 35 years very happy with my customer, lovely customers. We have, I met US ambassador, I met British ambassador, all Japanese ambassador, Norwegian ambassador, and Indian ambassador. Indian ambassador wife still sending cloth my shop.
Wow.
He's sending by the post. I finish and money doesn't care. She paid more and more.
It's amazing that you've now been given this award.
Yeah.
You are considered an urban treasure for Abu Dhabi. How did that feel?
I'm very grateful with Abu Dhabi Treasure. I'm very happy. My family, they are very happy. My friends. And the video going viral. Whatever.
Yes, I've seen the video of you getting the award.
1,000 people looking the video. And a lot of the SMS for me for my good wishes. Thank you, Urban Treasure.
You've been in Abu Dhabi now for so long. And Abu Dhabi has changed, right? Does it shock you how much Abu Dhabi has changed?
Abu Dhabi change, it is doesn't matter. It is beautiful. We are very happy. Clean city, green city, flower. Everybody happy. That's why I am here.
Thank you so much for coming here and joining us today at Culture Bites. We feel so honoured to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you. Great. It is my pleasure.
That was so nice.
That was a very lovely chat with Santa.
Honestly, like what a gem, and how lovely it is for him to feel honoured by this city that he's chosen to call home.
He was glowing. He was beaming.
Absolutely beaming. Let's take a little break.
And we are back.
That was a great break.
Well, speaking of breaks,
Da, 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 da.
it is Eid Al Adha this weekend, which is a national holiday here in the UAE and across much of this region, where everyone is going to be celebrating Eid.
Yes, in lots of different ways.
Yes.
We have got some articles up on the national website if you want to know about staycations and good deals. But the original meaning for Eid Al Adha is obviously the sacrifice.
Yes, tell me.
Yes, so this commemorates the Prophet Abraham, who is, you know, one of the pillar prophets for our religion, including Christianity and Judaism. And it was his willingness to sacrifice his son at the obedience of God's will. And of course, as the story goes, that God then sends him a sheep and, saves the son from his devotion to God, which is nice. And it also comes at the end of Hajj, which is one of it's a pillar of Islam. Like every Muslim should go on Hajj if they can afford to or are able-bodied enough to
complete the pilgrimage.
Yeah, to complete the pilgrimage. But we've got lots and lots of Eid traditions, and we've spoken about Eid before because we have just finished the last Eid, which was Eid al-Fitr.
Yes.
And now this is Eid Al Adha. This is like, wait, which one? There's always a big Eid and a little Eid.
I was going to say this. So yeah, this one I think is traditionally big Eid.
Big
but
Eid.
That kind of comes down to as well the number of national holidays that people sometimes get.
Yes.
This year is 2 days.
2 days.
So Eid begins on Friday, but the public holiday begins on Thursday, and it lasts through till Sunday. Thursday is Arafat Day.
Yes, Waqfat Arafat on Hajj. I was talking to lots of people around in the newsroom about like Eid Al Adha memories. And like, I'm not going to lie, some are quite gruesome, okay?
Yeah.
Because it is a sacrifice. A lot of the time, families will get together, they will kind of get a lamb or a sheep and it'll be sacrificed. And then often families will give away the meat then to poor families, the poorer community. Mm-hmm. So it's often about giving away. It's giving away. And you can imagine like in the old days, that was like, it's expensive to get meat. And I think even like our grandparents' age, it wasn't like a normal thing that you had meat at every meal. So I think there's something about the honor of like, the prayer before you sacrifice and then like honoring it and like seeing it as something that's so special, which is quite nice. But I want to talk about AD years and like what people do. So I spoke to one of the producers on the show who's in the room, who's not going to be here. But she said that her parents would actually, Ban, I'm talking about you, that her parents would lay out her new clothes. So the day before, and she can't sleep. She's a kid. She just can't sleep. There's a little Ban. She's in Jordan waiting to wake up. And then when she wakes up, she puts on her new clothes and then they filled the pockets with sweets.
Oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
I like that a lot.
I'm going to take that tradition, I think, for my own family now.
I was going to say, do you have traditions with your girls, or do you have memories of when you were growing up, your kind of like special Eid memories?
I just remember a lot of my Eid memories were in the build-up to Eid.
Okay.
So my auntie Naima is a formidable ma'moul maker. Have you had ma'moul? It's a very crumbly shortbread biscuit with either dates or nuts inside.
Yeah, I have.
You probably have. And those are traditional for, especially in Jordan, like everybody has ma'moul at Eid. And I just remember being with my auntie and we would make them together. So I'd have like tweezers that had like little teeth grooves and you'd make pretty patterns around. Or there was some with a mould, which was like this big mould that was made of wood. And you kind of like put the stuffed pastry in there and you kind of give it a bang and you whack it out. And then once it's cooked, you dust them all with icing sugar.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Absolutely.
I will be endeavouring to have some this weekend.
I'm not making any. I'll try.
Talk henna to me, because I know that there's like an association with henna and celebration in general.
Yes.
And so do people put henna on for both Eids, or is it just one or the other? Is it an all year round thing? Talk to me.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people wear henna for celebrations. So both Eids, I think you can get a henna design for. I personally, like in Jordan, henna wasn't like a big thing. But since moving here, I've realised that Emirati culture is a lot more like influenced by maybe that kind of Indian, Pakistani cultures. And I think it's stunning. It's so beautiful. So they'll get henna on their hands and feet. I love henna on feet.
Yeah.
That's so nice. But yeah, that's like one of the big traditions. Have you ever had it?
Yes, of course.
Have you?
Yeah, when I was little, it was like my mum used to take me to go get henna if I wanted to get henna.
Really? Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
Little Farah, Emirati Farah.
We've omitted quite a big part of Eid in our conversation, and that is the prayers, morning prayers.
Yes. So the morning prayers are very beautiful because often they say adhan over and over again, which is like the call to prayer. It's very, very beautiful, and it's like a way of everyone gathering in the morning to kind of like mark the day. So it's always like it's quite a nice, and it's quite a reflective way of like entering any sort of celebration, but especially knowing that you're praying alongside people who are at Hajj. Mm-hmm. So it just feels like a really like special energy.
Oh yeah,
it's really nice.
Really nice.
It is nice. It is nice.
What do you have planned for this weekend then?
Well, this is. I've failed a bit. I've failed a bit. I feel a bit like Eid this week. It's just kind
you
of
have time.
It's just kind of like, honestly, it's kind of just like whoop, and now it's Eid.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to. So I hope my children aren't listening. I was thinking about taking them to SeaWorld and just doing like a little thing.
A favourite for you?
It's a favourite. We've got the Yaz passes. You know, for all those parents out there, you've got the Yaz passes. You want to get your money's worth.
Get your money's worth.
Get your money's worth. So I'll probably do that. I'll try and get them some new clothes as well because it is nice.
Pop some sweets in the pockets.
And pop some sweets and taking that tradition from Ban. We spoke to somebody else on the in the newsroom who said that in Egypt they tend to have like a meat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh,
for Eid Al Adha. Which I haven't heard before. But she was like, oh, yeah, we have meat for absolutely every meal of that day.
That sounds very filling. Not for vegetarians, not for vegans, but
not for vegans,
probably very delicious.
Not for vegans or vegetarians.
Shall we finish with a recommendation?
I think we should definitely finish with a recommendation. And what is your recommendation for this week?
Well, thank you so much for asking. Ever since I wrote this recommendation, I've sort of changed my mind. So bonus, you're getting two.
Oh wow!
there's a new Disney Plus show, I think it is new, called High Potential. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's about a woman who has like photographic memory, and she's described as high potential, but she can't hold down a job, and so she starts as she kind of has moved around a lot of jobs, and she's working as a cleaner in a police station in the US. And she notices like when they've made mistakes in their investigations.
I love this.
And so she starts like pointing them out, and then she gets a job as a consultant. It's so far-fetched, it's ridiculous, but
Fun.
I love it. Did you ever watch Monk?
Yes.
It's kind of like female Monk.
I loved Monk. Can I tell you why I loved Monk?
Tell me.
Because the actor's Lebanese.
He is.
And he was like, honestly, and it was like a real moment for me growing up, that there was somebody who was in an American show who was Arab.
Yeah.
I mean, they never made any part of it. None of it was even mentioned.
Fewer Arab stars in this. It stars Caitlin Olsen, who is from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And it's on Disney Plus here in the UAE, so give it a listen. That is recommendation 1, but recommendation 2, I'll be so quick, is going back and listening to Reputation, Guilt Free, the Taylor Swift album, because she owns all of her originals again. And so for 5 or so years, I have not been listening to Reputation because Taylor has not owned it. And then I'm listening to it again.
Now you're listening to it again, yeah, because she owns it again. Well done, Swifties.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a bit of a boycott from your community.
It was huge. Not a bit of a boycott. It was definitely a boycott.
Okay.
My community were boycotting. And so now
you can listen to everything.
Yeah.
She owns all of her back catalogue again, which is fantastic news for Taylor. Well done, Taylor.
She brought it all back.
Okay, my recommendation for this week is Lilo and Stitch. It is the live action Disney film which has come out in the cinema. Now, live action. I'm like, sometimes like, give us a new story. Why are we retelling the old one? I have to admit, like, that is my thing. Did it stop me from crying? No, I got so emotional. I thought it was really fun, really lighthearted. It really touched upon Hawaii and the importance of the culture in Hawaii and what it actually means. There are a few digs here and there, if you like listen out to it, like politically. Really fun. My children loved it. We left the cinema and I was like, did you like that? And my daughter Ada, she was like, I didn't like it. I loved it, Mama. So sweet.
That's so cute.
So sweet. So if you are looking for something for the Eid weekend and you're wanting to go to the cinema, it's nice and cool, go and check out Lilo and Stitch.
Amazing.
Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to this episode brought to you by Abu Dhabi Culture.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please follow and subscribe on your favourite podcasting app, and you can watch us on the Nationals YouTube channel
Every Thursday. Bye.
Bye.